All right. So, do you ever worry about catching an illness after being in a public place or your kids catching an illness?
A reasonable worry, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely going to a hospital or something for a croup attack. You expect to have something a week later. Yeah.
And I'm assuming you've been vaccinated as a child.
Yes.
Have these guys gotten all
Yes.
their vaccines too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's standard. Nothing extra, but everything's standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you inform yourself about vaccines?
Definitely with the doctor, talking with other people, friends of mine who are in the medical field, and just the news, definitely the news through the general media. Yeah, I heard something on CBC the other day about the HPV vaccine now being approved for boys, for
Hmm.
example. Yeah.
And has any of that ever given you hesitations about getting vaccines, either for you or your kids?
Not overly. I know that there was a lot when they were young. Theo's 10 and Trin's 8. There was a lot of controversy around vaccinating, and many people were choosing not to. I chose to vaccinate them because I feel, you know, we don't need pertussis, we don't need measles. The reason polio, the reason these things aren't around anymore is because of vaccinations. And if something's tried and true, I did it. I did not do the chickenpox vaccine, for example, because I didn't perceive it as being an overly dangerous illness for them to get due to the fact that they're healthy children. My younger child, Truman, does actually have Aspergers, so there's a lot of controversy around vaccinations and autism. I don't particularly think that there's a connection, given that it's a hereditary thing and it's through the family as well. So I feel that the benefit to getting the vaccine far outweighs the risks of getting it for them. Yeah.
So, what would you say goes into your decision of whether or not to get a particular vaccine?
The pros and cons, the safety, definitely the tried and true. If it's the vaccine like MMR, vaccines like MMR, things like that have been around for ages, and 99.9% of people have no problem with it, then absolutely I'm going to do it. If it's something brand new, like there were new ones out when they were young, I don't remember what they were exactly, but they weren't tried and true. I didn't do those because, again, my children aren't in a high risk category. If they had been in a high risk category, might have made a different decision, and that would have been in consultation with medical professionals. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, do either of you guys remember getting a shot the last time you had a
Yep.
shot? Yeah? Do you want to tell me what it was like?
I was 2. I don't quite remember what it was like. It was 8 years ago. So
I think you had one when you were 4 as well. You've never cried when you had a vaccine. When you had a vaccination, you've never cried.
I've had one.
What do you remember?
Um, I don't remember the age or anything, but except they took needles on my shoulder.
Okay. Here.
Here.
They get in here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then like the first one didn't hurt, but the second one like hurted a little. So
That's the one with the egg in it, I think, that burns a little bit when they give it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what vaccines are for? Why you get them?
Yes.
To stay healthy.
To keep away diseases that you really don't need.
Cool.
That are that severe. That are pretty severe.
Cool. Were you guys scared when you went to get your shots?